Wine used to rejuvenate me after periods of intense exertion and spell casting. Now I can barely taste the stuff. A good thing, too. Khajiiti wine is cloyingly sweet, like drinking candied plums boiled in moon sugar. I presume you have news? The Moongate? A noble but futile proposition, I fear. The Khajiit should pack up and flee while they still can. Let the Alliance armies deal with this. Show them some fights are more important than deciding whose posterior best fits the Ruby Throne. No. Just pondering other options. Too much of what we're facing was the inadvertent result of my actions or the actions of my family. Would you stand a chance otherwise? Without my arcane and strategic insights, anything you try is destined to fail. I won't have that on my conscience. Now, allow me to finish this sickeningly sweet inebriant, one last indulgence before the end. By the way, I believe I understand the purpose of the dragon horn. After much consideration, the use and function of the ancient instrument has become clear. The Dragon Guard were clever, I'll say that for them. Theoretical knowledge isn't the same as practical experience, but I believe I understand the fundamentals of its operation. The Dragon Guard prepared a horn taken from a massive dragon and engraved it with arcane runes, giving it astonishing power. Oh yes, I'm fairly certain of that. And I found historical references indicating the Dragon Guard gifted such relics to key locations, for their protection, you see. The one you located was originally in Rimmen before it... We have neither the time nor resources to move the large relic, but the small horn you brought back, it's called a combat horn, by the way, was designed to be carried into battle. Once charged with energy, its sound weakens dragons. One problem solved, then. The next is sheer age. This ancient combat horn is exceedingly fragile. I'm not sure how many times we can sound the horn before it disintegrates.
The quiet moments between battles. I like to spend the time catching up in my reading. History, military strategy, recipe books. My secret pleasure is a good mystery, though. And the new Investigator Veil is a real page-turner. I've been waiting for the order to move out. I sent most of the Cygnus Irregulars on ahead with Gareshri, but a small contingent remained here in case our earlier guess was wrong. I assume events in the ruins confirmed our theory? Understood. We need to defend the Moongate and stop the dragons from using it when it opens. Keep them from reaching Jode's core. Well, at least now we have a mission. I just hope the Khajiit can get over their aversion to working with my troops. Queen Euraxia's tyranny made the Khajiit wary. I don't blame them for that. I just want to show them that not all Imperials are tyrants, that they can trust at least a few of us. It will come, as long as...
I have many fine...
It appears everyone has arrived. Report to
An
Prefect Kale at 5
eclipse
o'clock.
is an
while
eerie
I
sight,
confer with the
but
Queen.
where are the dragons? The moons come together and the sky grows dark. Ominous, isn't it? And strangely beautiful. Where are the dragons, though? And the remaining Euraxians? I assumed they would have started their push for the Moongate by now. As ready as we can be. The Khajiit militia and the Cygnus Irregulars have taken defensive positions along the path up to the Moongate, and whatever siege weapons we could get our hands on are set to repel the dragons. Not a chance. We only hope to slow them enough to give Tharn and Chimera the time they need to stop the Moongate from opening, or find a way to shut it if all... Dragons! Queen Chimera, I'll take charge down here.
Zamarak will go with you.
Get those fires out.
Time
Ready
for
the
reckless audacity and daring do.
Euraxians. The wall has been breached. Up there.
Sheath your weapons. The battle is won.
Here they come. Prepare yourself. More soldiers. Take them down.
You need to keep moving.
The path is clear. We need to reach Queen Chimera. Garesh Ree still breathes, but his injuries are serious. He needs a healer. In the meantime, Zamarak knows what he must do. With Gareshri injured, someone else must take command of this position. Make sure the Euraxians and the dragons encounter enough resistance to slow them down. Yes, my friend. This is Zamarak's chance to finally atone for his past mistakes. Wait, what is this? The dragon horn. This one doesn't know why Gareshri was... Go! Now, Five Claw!
Practice makes the master. I'm not afraid of you.
I've got these hooligans on travel. Let's get to Amda before the moon's completely alive.
You have it! Use it! Quick! Quick! See how the moons align with the ancient gate. The lattice opens a path to Jode's core. But how did you get the dragon horn? Where's Gareshri? And why are the sounds of battle so close? Did the Euraxians overrun our defenses? Gareshri? Hurt? And the Euraxians behind our defenses? This is not good. Not good at all. Well, we still have the dragon horn. At least until the power runs out. The power, yes. But not the knowledge and experience. I will continue to try to move the moons and close...
No remorse! Don't think. Move!
Mulamnir and confronted approach!
The dragon horn. It's our only chance.
No, Faisal! Not yet! Five Claw, we stand on the sacred plane of Jode. The dragons went down into the processional. From the memories I absorbed at the Shadow Dance Temple, Anequina and the Moon Priests came here to honor the moons and set them on their way after their sacred joining. This is also where she helped Kunzari hide the dragon's power. Here, on the plane of Jode, the memories become clearer with every passing moment. Kunzari was able to use Calgronti's own greed against him. The dragon sought the power of Jode's core from the beginning. He offered a way to combine the natural power of Jode's core with the mystic might of his loyal dragons. Calgronti...
Mulamnir, the vermin still pester us. Devour them, as you say.
They still guard this sacred place.
The moon priests worship your gods now, you insignificant morsels.
Avoid Mulamnir.
Go no farther, vermin.
Taste our steel.
Calgrontiid is absorbing Jode's core. As long as the moons remain aligned, the power flowing through him is unimaginable.
Get me to that platform, time. I can separate the moons. You must deal with Munamir 5 Claw. I will divert whatever energy I can into the dragon, but use it sparingly.
Dare to face me, morsel. You amuse me, little insect. Best to Mulamnir. Yes, brother, I will make this quick.
For glory! That's the last of them.
Get inside my shield, or the dragon shout will kill you!
Source! G!
Charge! Hold it down! finish the ritual. John and Jode, hear me.
The power, it belongs to me.
Separate and resume your eternal dance. Now, Five Claw, sound the horn!
No. I will not be denied.
You did it, Chimera. You ended the eclipse. But that means...
The moon gate has closed. We are trapped, yes. But Mulamnir is dead, and Calgrontit has been defeated.
Oh, hello! You always pick the last spaceship.
Queen Chimera, have you been injured?
I am fine, just tired. But look, the moons are no longer aligned. Tell me about the dragons, the Euraxians. What is the state of our forces?
Our scouts tell us that most of the Euraxians and dragons fled when the moons parted. Our own troops have not returned. But the
We
main
did it, Five Claw! We put the moons back in motion and defeated both Mulamnir and Calgrontit. Just being on the plane of Jode clarified the memories I inherited at the Shadow Dance Temple. I saw the ritual in my mind and performed the act. He did grow larger with every infusion of power he absorbed, but the horn dislodged him from Jode's core, which allowed me to finish the ritual and end the eclipse. After that... a concern for another day, yes? I cannot be named queen without the Main's blessing. That, however, is my worry. For now, you should rest. We have accomplished much, my friend. We overthrew the tyrant, Euraxia Tarn. Defeated Zuma... Nothing specific. Not really. I guess this sense of worry will stay with me until I know the fate of That is just it. I have no idea. Moons. My head pounds. The effort I exerted at Jode's core was not without... a cost. I appreciate your assistance, my friend. Find out what happened to Garishri and the others, then bring word back to me. Meanwhile, I will try to find a few moments to rest before I meet with the Mains on. Far from it. But without Calgrontit and Mulamnir to lead them, they are solitary beasts without a grand plan. There is little difference between myth and history for the Khajiit Five Claw. Whether Euraxia discovered the Kunzari story...
Shore's bones. The riggers knew he should have brought
It's good to see you, Five Claw. We only just returned and I have yet to report to the Queen. Chimera is alright, isn't she? We saw the moons move and the eclipse end, but we haven't heard what happened after you entered the moon gate. After I was caught in that dragon blast, Zamorak tended to my wounds and took command of the soldiers defending the upper ridge. I'm sorry to say that I was in and out of consciousness for most of what happened next. I know that I am still alive and grateful to be back in Rimmen. It's a miracle, thank the moons, that the city is free once more. If you want to know what really occurred at the Moon Gate, you'll need to ask Zamarak and Prefect Kelo. There are those among the troops who need the healers more than I. But perhaps a few out.
Oh, it's you. Good to see you're still among the living. I suppose you had a hand in getting the moons to finally pull apart? Hang on, I need to finish my report. I find that it's best to write it all down while it's still fresh in my mind. It's all in my report. Our troops held their ground and fought bravely. We lost many goods. It was crucial to our survival. When the moons separated, the dragons broke ranks. They seemed to lose their drive, their purpose. The ones that survived Zamarak's charge lost what remained of their courage when the dragons abandoned the field of battle. They scattered like sandroaches and ran in all directions. I doubt they'll give the militia too much trouble going forward. We still have a lot to do to heal the scars left by Euraxia and her mercenaries. I'll offer our services to Queen Chimera and Lord Gareshri. Let them use us where we'll do the most good. If that's what they need. But the Cygnus Irregulars are mostly military engineers.
Zamarak is happy to see you, friend. After the dragons entered the Moon Gate and you followed, this one worried that all was lost. But then, the moons parted, and suddenly everything seemed all right. Just what you would expect. We held our ground against the swarming Euraxians and their necromancers, repelled the dragons as best. Between the Khajiit militia and the Cygnus Irregulars, we held them. Zamarak doesn't know for certain. We faced mostly the Euraxians on the upper ridge. Prefect Zamarak hopes to serve as Queen Chimera's claw and defend the throne.
Outsider, this one must speak with you. This one never expected to set foot in the capital of Nequina again. She hoped the militia would succeed, but she didn't believe they stood a chance against the usurper queen. Kashia understands you played a significant role in these events, yes? Such wonders you have accomplished, and to have touched the face of Blessed Jode, this one is in awe. Despite all that, the Main has sent me to determine what happens next. Where is Lord Gareshri, the Speaker of the Main? The healers? This one hopes the Speaker wasn't gravely injured. As for your question, We must settle the matter of Enequina's succession. Cassia must determine if Chimera is the legitimate heir to the throne, and if so, recognize her claim. Certainly, but anyone can make such a claim. To be accepted by the Khajiit, she must be recognized by the Main. With Gareshri indisposed, before you return to Chimera's side, this one requests an additional favor. The Main gave Cassia a sealed letter for Abner Tharn, but he refuses to see me. I understand that you and he share a special bond. Perhaps the specifics concern the Tharn alone. But this one believes it deals with the artificial eclipse and its impact on Khajiit society. No matter what caused the eclipse, Joan and Jode joined as one. When this occurs naturally, one born, the Main cannot be everywhere at once. That is what the Speaker and the Envoys are for. For now, the Main's duties do not include Enequina. But know that the Main's heart is everywhere in Elsewhere. Now, please deliver the letter to Abner Tharn.
Abner, you simply must stay for the ceremony. It's not every day we get to see a lovely cat receive a crown.
Nonsense. And don't call me Abner. Besides, you and Cadwell, the two of you just can't leave well enough alone. No one was supposed to notice as I slipped out of Rimmen. Of course, very little has gone according to plan since the Wrathstone. I am neither sentimental nor enamored of pomp and circumstance. My time in Elsewhere has shown me that I have limits. I am not the battle mage I was in my younger days. Besides, I hate parties. I watched firsthand as a remarkable young woman became a leader. She's already a queen. Everything else is simply ceremony. I've lingered here long enough. You were an able enough traveling companion. I may call on... An intriguing question. Are Khajiit born under a forced eclipse next in line for the Main? But this other bit confirms my suspicions. We accomplished much, but I fear we haven't seen the last of Calgrontide. I must investigate reports coming from the south. You, however, have a queen to crown. We saw no body, and there's no reason to suppose Calgrontide couldn't escape from Joe.
I assure you, Cassia, my wounds are healing quite nicely.
Nevertheless, this one has asked the Outlander to stand beside Chimera, should I decide to give the Main blessing.
Gareshri told me you found them. He filled me in on what happened during the battle at the Moongate. Dragons and necromancers, I understand. But politics and coronations, they twist my tail and their regalia. It pinches. Moons, I miss my leathers. I am having many thoughts, but I know what I must do. Like Enequina and my other ancestors before me, I must stand tall and accept my responsibilities with humility and grace. Provide the woman is inscrutable. I think she just wants to see me suffer until she acquiesces and places the crown on my head. Before the full, I want you to know I appreciate everything you have done for Elsewhere. For me, I do not...
The healers were able to do wonders, my friend. I almost feel like my old self again. I will secure Kamira's claim. You just stand beside her and support her. She values your presence, as do I.
Who will confirm that Kamira is the daughter of King Hemekar and the rightful heir to the throne of Anequina?
I will, as her guardian all these years, and as the Speaker of the Main. Kamira is the rightful heir. Come forth, daughter of Hemekar and Numara. Come forth, child of Anequina.
Kamira, do you accept the duties of the throne? Will you lead this kingdom and protect its people?
I do, and I will.
Know then that the Main accepts and recognizes your claim. All hail Kamira, Queen of Anequina!
I promise to serve our people, and I offer thanks to all who helped achieve our recent victories. Finally, there is one I wish to honor. One whose assistance in these matters was unprecedented and invaluable. Five Claw, my comrade and friend, please, approach the throne. Courageous Five Claw, I will make sure your deeds are sung by my people. They can say nothing, my friend. Just know that you helped deliver my homeland. You appeared when elsewhere needed you most. In our most desperate time of troubles, you helped restore our nation. You will always have a place here, my friend. And I want you to accept the greatest award I can offer. I name you Champion of Anequina. There are still dragons to kill and Euraxians to deal with, but now it is time to celebrate. Take a few moments, talk to our friends, then... And all hail Five Claw, whom I name Champion of Anequina!
This one heard you captured the High Elf Ambassador for her crimes in Elden Root. Well done.
Azura willing, we will be. We make roads throughout Tamriel, but our.
We've observed your
Rude
travels
people,
through
the
Grotwood.
noise, the
We have
chaos.
need of your...
We can find room. Safe travels to you. It's not a... Well?
It is good to see you again, warrior. I want to thank you once more for protecting our abbey the night that Manimarco attacked. The fire of my gratitude still burns bright. But I digress. I have need of your aid once more. Quite correct. A former student requires my assistance, but I cannot do what is necessary on my own. Fighting the dragons that plague elsewhere seems an impossible task, but the Dragon Guard wants tombs. I will search one, you the other, using this Dragon Guard seal. The seal will activate 3 glyphs, which, in turn, will reveal the entrance to the tomb. Between the two of us, I pray we find the wisdom Find the 3 glyphs in the Shrieking Scar. Let me mark the locations on your map, along with where I think the hidden tomb lies. Once you determine the nature of the 3 glyphs, you can use that knowledge to reveal. Once you determine the nature of the 3, I'll answer what I can, but understand that my knowledge is based mostly on theory. A series of glyphs act as a sort of key to the tomb they are connected to. The seal will identify which glyphs to use to reveal the entrance to the tomb. At least, that's what my research indicates. There are 2 tombs nearby. While you find a way to enter one, I will attempt. Historical documents would be good. The more we can learn about the Dragon Guard and how they hunted, it's an heirloom my former student provided. It contains a minor, and we can discuss that later. Right now, we have our own tasks to accomplish. Remember, the expert? Far from it. I started looking into the history to help my former student. The recent Dragon Guard were defenders of the Emperor. But according to legend, in the distant past, they hunted dragons nearly to extinction. When the last emperor of the Riemann dynasty was assassinated, the Dragon Guard...
Always something new to learn. Oblivion, take you! Come and take us!
Ah, there you are. It appears you were as successful as I. Did your tomb contain anything of note? Interesting. I found a similar map, but to a different location. This might be exactly what my former student was hoping for. Will you come with me to the Abbey of Blades? The damage was mostly superficial, though there is still much work to do to fully restore the Abbey. My most accomplished student will meet us there. We can give him the maps to both sanctuaries, and he can decide on the next course of action. I think it best if my student introduces himself, in his own way. Here, you should carry both maps and present them. We can depart for the Abbey of Blades as soon as you're ready. Follow me, warrior. I find the view from this approach most inspiring. Behold, my home and heart, the Abbey of Blades. Many blade masters earned their titles on these hallowed grounds. My student waits inside. I think he'll be pleased to receive the maps you carry.
My old friend, Kasura sent word of your imminent arrival. Well, it's good to see you again, Vestige. Ready to once again answer Tamriel's latest cry for help? I returned to the Abbey to help Kasura rebuild. I'm not much of a carpenter, but I do what I can. When the dragons invaded elsewhere, I knew my duty was to fight against them, and I began to search for the wisdom of the ancient Dragon Guard. Yes. The maps appear to be the right age. The sanctuaries they lead to may well contain the knowledge and relics I seek. We must visit these sites as soon as possible. I just need a little time to study them and determine their orientation. Speak to Kasura. She uncovered an ancient Dragon Guard tool known as a grappling bow. Such a device may prove useful in our journey to come. Why don't you try to figure out how to best utilize it? Find Kasura near the entrance to the training hall, just north of here. She has a grappling...
Let's hit the trail.
Meet with me by the stables after you speak with Kasura.
Warrior, did Saisahan... Warrior, did Saisahan find the maps as interesting as I expected? Ah, yes, the grappling bow. A most useful device. Like someone combined a crossbow with a grappling hook. Loose it at a grappling point, and the chain retracts to drag you toward it. So we believe. The device requires incredible skill, however. So far, none of my students have mastered it. Why don't you give it a try? Gather the grappling bow. I expected you to rise to the challenge. You'll find the grappling bow. Ready to train with the grappling bow? Use the grappling bow to get up to the roof of the training hall and light the brazier you find there. That will demonstrate. Start on the ledge of the building behind us. Merely follow the grappling points until you reach the roof of the training hall.
This old warrior has deciphered the first map. It leads to the Windscour Temple, hidden atop the ruins of Hunding's Watch. I saw the light of the brazier. I take it you were able to utilize the grappling bow? Excellent. As the saying goes, a weapon is only as reliable as the soldier who wields it. With that being said, it would be best not to drop the device. It's incredibly old. Now, are you ready to depart for Windscour Temple? Anything we can use against the dragons. Tomes describing hunting techniques and strategies. Weapon. Let's be on our way then. Kasura has agreed to let us borrow. I'll secure the horses while you go on ahead.
Let's ride.
I'll secure the horses while you go on ahead. Dragon Guard's sanctuary was hidden beneath Hunding's watch all this time. It seems this sanctuary won't easily give up its secrets. Come, let us speak. It appears the sanctuary's archives are out of reach. There doesn't even appear to be a place to use the grappling bow. I don't know how to proceed. I agree. After all, with the proper application of will, the way always opens. I am familiar with these personages. The statues represent the 4 greatest Grand Masters the Dragon Guard have ever known. Gellin Brawl, who helped establish the Order. Etienne Valusis, who chronicled their history, and so forth. A brazier stands before each. Perhaps if we were to light them, they would reveal a way forward. Though I also suspect there's a proper order to it all. We honor you, Grand Masters of old. May your flames burn eternal. Hit it. Look, grapple point has appeared on the platform above. What an archive. If the Empire knew anything, it was the value of keeping good records. The search. Come, tell me what you discovered so far. Have you found anything useful? Dragon hunting techniques, perhaps? Maybe even a weapon? The Horn of Jadari? This journal claims it's a dragon horn of great power. Truly? That makes your experience invaluable to our efforts. Tell me, what does a dragon horn look like? So the legends are true. Incredible. A dragon horn would give us the edge we desperately need to combat the dragon invasion of elsewhere. Storm Talon Temple. That's the location revealed by the second map. It's near the entrance to Afrin's Hold in Stormhaven. So this is Storm Talon Temple. It appears the sanctuary has fallen into ruin, blocking our path to the archives. As the Dragon Guards say, every path is worthy of pursuit. Though it seems the path we seek is a rather... Why don't you try using your grappling bow? There may be a path forward that we just can't see from this vantage point. I suggest you pick a direction and... Excellent work. Now see what you can find in the archives. Any luck over there? Were you able to find the Horn of Jadari? Interesting. We should prepare to face further challenges. Neither Windscour nor Stormtalon were easy to navigate. I suspect this next sanctuary will prove similarly difficult. Does the book indicate where this dark water is located? We can take the horses to Windhelm, and then search on...
We should have been back by now. Captain Alhana said they'd meet us here after an evening of prayer, right?
That's what she said, but I don't see them. Maybe what the traveling merchant said is true.
I don't see a way farther into the sanctuary. Perhaps you'll have better luck. No, that doesn't seem helpful. You should try looking somewhere else. Nothing useful yet? Beside it. Why don't you see what it contains? That's dragon bone powder. The ancient Dragon Guard used it in their ceremonies. Of course. The powder reveals a hidden path. Follow it, quickly! Another archive. No dragon horn in sight. Let's look around. Have you found something? Did you find anything? Something about the dragon horn? By Lecky's blade! Of all the possibilities I imagined, that was never among them. No matter the dangers, we must retrieve that dragon horn. The fate of Elsewhere depends on it. Did the journal indicate where Veloxen lairs? Such a journey requires planning and preparation.
The warrior returns. Was your search of the Dragon Guard Sanctuary successful? A dragon horn? I have heard of such relics in story, stolen by a dragon. Well, Sai-Sahan has always enjoyed a good challenge. A long way to go. But such a relic is what Sai was hoping to find when he set forth upon this path.
I assume you told Kasura of our adventure, warrior. When you brought the Dragon Guard Sanctuary maps to me, I had no idea what we would find. Hunting techniques, perhaps. Maybe a weapon or two. But the promise of a dragon... Those who risk nothing inadvertently, risk it all. Either we face this single dragon to gain a dragon horn, or we face a horde without such a weapon at our side. The journals we discovered in the Dragon Guard Sanctuaries point to one obvious conclusion. The Horn of Jadari exists. The journals indicated that the horn was indestructible. And Stendar knows that dragons are as close to immortal and unchanging as the earth. Despite its age, the map included with the journal... The horses will carry us to the nearest port. From there, we can charter a boat and sail to southern Elsewhere. Dragon's lair should be nearby. Be on your guard, warrior. That Kashiti ruin in the distance. Fine place for a dragon to nest. Prepare yourself, warrior. Who knows what awaits us in there? Curious. Seems this place once served as a Kwama mine. Though it appears abandoned now.
The day is ours!
Visitors, I have not entertained guests in untold centuries.
Hide in the shadows, beast. Come fight us in the light.
You sound just like the dragon god who has graced these halls. The horn of my cowardly brother? Pathetic. Like the dragon god before you, death will be your only reward.
The Horn of Tadari? Is that the Horn of the Loxodon's brother?
This pitiful dragon guard found only death in Veloxen's lair.
Let's go!
The dragon uses Kwama as a form of defense. How cowardly. Step quickly. We don't want to be caught in the open. Biceps scales. Drawbridge blocks our way. See if you can find any clue as to how to operate the pulleys. Notice the pulleys? They should help us lower the drawbridge. Unfortunately, I'm not sure which combination of settings will open the way. See if you can find anything that could assist us. tried to lower the drawbridge, you say? Well, that certainly doesn't bode well for us. Tell me the riddle. Kenarthi is the Khajiiti god of travel, not unlike Tava, the bird god. Each pulley features an icon. A bird, an hourglass, or a Khajiit. This riddle must hint toward where to position the two pulleys of each icon. Remember, Kenarthi flies over... Jadari is just ahead. At last, the Horn of Jadari. We have reclaimed the Horn of Jadari! Beast attacks! To arms!
Pity I don't share my brother's sentiment.
It is good to see you hale and whole, warrior. But where is Sai? Did something happen? You found the dragon horn. By Lecky's perfect blade, that is good news.
I've returned, and I bring the dragon horn. Come, let us speak. Now that we have the Horn of Jadari, our true work begins. As the saying goes, strike when the opportunity appears, or stand by and do nothing. Most certainly. You saw how it knocked Veloxen out of the sky, granting us a significant advantage in battle. If it's as indestructible as the journal says, it will prove invaluable in the battles to come. Veloxen implied that the dragon horn was willingly given by another of its kind. But what manner of dragon would give away its own horn? And for what purpose? Well, perhaps things will become clearer with more study. I must train with the dragon horn and prepare for what lies ahead. And so must you, warrior. When the time comes, when the dragon god dies, we say a prayer.
Hear ye, card sharps and collectors! Test your wits and courage in a brand new card game.
You are ready. Well?
Right behind you.
I suppose I could use another break.
Another ship went down.
got too close to that island off the southern coast.
The General doesn't see anyone without an appointment.
The time has come at last, my friend. We now have the means to fight back against this dragon invasion and save Elsewhere from certain destruction. This is where we start, in the city of Senchal. A dragon has taken a nearby island as its lair. I believe it means to attack Senchal from this location. We need to slay the creature before it strikes. General Renmis, leader of Senchal's military forces, could commandeer a ship for us. We need to arrange a meeting with the general. Now, meeting with an Imperial general is faster said than done. The paperwork alone would take days to file. And the dragon your aid and this handful of jewels. First, you must bribe Renmis's scribe Nadama to put us on the schedule. You'll find her in the tavern. Next, you need to speak to Darku in the city. You also need to delay Arniel Bronk, who was scheduled to meet with the general today. Arniel, lucky be willing, all will go.